Alright, today we're going to break down my cousin channel, Lil Mozza, formerly known as Adriano, that's his real name, and how I helped him scale his Type beat channel to over 2.7k subscribers, and now he has a beat to almost 700,000 views. I have the channel here in front of me right now. So he had literally zero YouTube experience. He never uploaded a single Type beat before, but with my help, he managed to scale his first Type beat channel ever, and he was only 14 years old when he started that. So to me, these are really crazy results. So I'm gonna separate this video in 3 sections. First of all, we're gonna look at what his strategy was and just kind of break down how he managed to start to get views. Second thing, what you can learn from his strategy. So we're gonna talk about why it works so well. And third thing, we're gonna break down his most popular beat and see what you can implement from what you're going to learn from it into your own channel and why this strategy worked so well for him. So first of all, let's take a quick look at his channel. You can you have probably realized that he was doing Breezy type beats, and this was around a year ago. And he started this channel in 2023. So the strategy is pretty simple. I have my Miro board here because it's gonna make more sense to visualize it for you rather than me just yapping in front of the camera. So the strategy, as I said, is very simple. It's just Breezy type beat 2023, and then we have the beat title. Now, why we chose Breezy, why we chose this kind of thumbnails, and why we chose to put the 2023 tag. So before doing that, I'll just give you some general knowledge about niches and why I made him choose this niche specifically. And basically the whole point of choosing a good niche is to fill up a gap in the market, right? And that's basically with every business, but I mean, Type beats are as business if you think about it. So you just basically need to fill up a gap, right? The way you do that is by finding something that has a lot of demand. Not a lot of people are doing it at the moment, right? Now, many people are gonna think about the vidIQ method. So they're literally just gonna go here, look up a keyword that this software tells them has high search volume and low competition, but this method is cooked. If you watched any of my other videos, you already know I already talk about this, but these are not always like precise, and they always give you like some misinformation. So the way I prefer to do it, and basically the strategy that we went with him, is there was this new artist that was basically Breezy that was trending at the moment, and there were only one channel doing beats at this time, and I still remember who he was. It was called Beats by 2x. This guy, yeah, he's still doing also this Breezy type beats. The thing why my cousin channel worked well, though, even though there were already this guy doing his beats, as I said, we wanted to fill up a gap. So Breezy was a trending artist, so we can put a check on that. We know there were search volume and very low competition because there were so we can put like demand here. We know there's demand because that guy was already getting views. So what we're gonna do now is just fill up a gap into that same niche, and you do that by modifying something about your branding and basically so like the strategy overall. And that's why the tag 2023 was so useful, because that guy was only doing sample beats. So this is also what I did at the beginning of my channel actually, and what I told him to implement. And as you can see, it's still working. I started off by doing this, let me show you my first beats literally ever. They had a 2022 tag, as you can see here, because splurge type beats were already kind of saturated, but there were a lot of demand for them. So again, I introduced myself into this niche simply by adding a simple word like this, and trust me, it do makes the difference. And you see why, like right here, I mean, you have
hey creators, do any of these
right
comments
here.
look familiar?
So that's basically the strategy after all. It's very simple. Again, now we're gonna break down the beats as well, because they also play an important role. When it comes to the thumbnails, it was really simple. Like we literally just used Breezy's thumbnails, and we saw the artist pictures, and we just made a folder on Pinterest. Now he has that, so I don't have it here, but you can literally like just look up Breezy, and he basically started using all of these pictures right here. Now, what's important to know is, again, the strategy, like you can see for yourself, is very clear. Like the branding, you can tell that there were an idea already just by looking at his channel. That's exactly what every top successful channel has in common. And it's exactly like you start from finding this gap, and then you build a brand around it. So that's the whole point of having a successful type beat channel. You gotta fill up a gap where there's demand, but you gotta differentiate yourself from other producers, and that's exactly what he did. This guy was his biggest like competitor, so he did it in a different way, and it still worked. And that's exactly what you gotta look for. Again, in every successful type B channel, this is exactly like the key right there. Now, I think I'll make you listen to the most popular beat, and I'm gonna spend some time talking about why it works so well, because this is literally like probably like 70% of the sauce for this channel. Because again, bro, like the strategy is so simple that it's even stupid like to kind of talk about it. If you've seen any other of my videos about finding a niche, basically I use one of my 3 strategies to find a good niche. One of them is knowing what artists are popping right now, which is exactly what we did, so just kind of going by your knowledge. Second one is doing the recommended videos method. So you just go on YouTube search, or like on your YouTube homepage, you click on our trending type beat and you go to suggested videos and see like popping niches like that. And the third one is just by, simply like using some basic analytics, like for example, Google Trends or vidIQ, which I don't recommend doing that anymore. So yeah, we built a brand of that, and once you have the brand, you gotta focus on your product, because obviously what I like to say is you can do all of the marketing you want, but if the product is not solid, it's not gonna sell. So that's basically the whole point about it. So now I'll make you listen to his most popular beat, and I'm gonna break down why it worked so well. So let's just take a listen.
Take me soon, a morning star, la, 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 to the heavens where you are.
I'm gonna make you listen until the beat drop. I'm gonna explain why in a second. So this is still intro, and it's a sample. Pay attention to that, because I'm gonna explain why later. Boom, again, another section, no drums. And this sample is so catchy, bro. He literally cooked on this beat. I'm so proud of my cousin, bro. 42 seconds, we still don't have the beat drop. Boom. And then like, I'm not gonna let you listen to the whole thing, but you probably get the point. So there's a lot of stuff to be said about this beat, so let's break it down very slowly. Once you have, again, a strategy, you want to start being consistent with it, right? And consistency plus a good product is exactly what is gonna guide you to getting views, right? And that's exactly what he did. We understood how the branding was powerful by what I said before, finding a gap and like checking why it was good. Once you understand that, you gotta focus on how your product can be good, and we're gonna do that exactly right now. So usually for these type beats, I like to separate them in 2 different sections, which is the intro. Actually, let's do 3: intro, arrangement. I'm so bad at writing on the computer, bro, bear with me for a second. And then there's the viral effect, which is actually something I named it like this. I don't think any other producer names it like this, but when it's us, bro. Let's talk about the intro. So YouTube algorithm, you know it, or you probably don't. I'm gonna explain to you now. Works basically on the first 30 seconds. Those are the most valuable, important part of your video. You want to put all of your attention into these 30 seconds and make them as interesting as possible. So you see that he did that by having a sample in the beginning. An easy way to boost the watch time is not having the beat drop until this first 30 seconds. So artists want to freestyle in your beats, they're waiting for the drums. So these gotta anticipate the beat drop. Okay, and the better you tease it, the more like watch time there's gonna be, and the better the performance of the video will be. So how we made these first 30 seconds really matter, as you can see. I told you there's a sample and it's very important, and this also counts as the viral effect. And usually, like I say a lot of times, the viral effect and intro go very well together. So the reason why the sample works so well is because the whole point of having a viral effect, I'm gonna explain why it's called like that in a minute, is literally just to be memorable. So the whole point of having it is literally just to, as soon as people hear it, a spark gotta come up in their mind and like remember your beat right away, if that makes sense. And on top of that, when they see the title or something like this, you gotta get their attention, and once they click on the beat gotta meet their expectations. So just to make it more schematic, you get expectations, and then like you gotta meet them, right? So you have a very interesting title right here, right? It's literally just code of what the sample is saying in the first like 8 bars. So already by the point that this title is very strange and unique, you can tell that this beat has something different. And once you click into it, you meet the expectation of the strange title and the curiosity that you sparked, because the sample is saying exactly the same thing that the title was saying. So that's already one viral effect. On top of that, there's a very good intro that makes you wait not 30 but 40 seconds for the beat drop, so that's goated for YouTube. And it does it in a very engaging way. You see how after like 15 seconds there was already a switch up in the melody, so it's not boring, it's not repetitive. And that's also another good thing. And then you have the beat drop here. So going about the arrangement, he did that in a good way as well, because every like 8 or 16 bars he was switching something out of the beat to keep making it interesting and not lose watch time. You can keep listening here. Put my headphone on. As you can see, like he's switching something out of like 16 bars, which is again very good. And the whole point of this is because we gotta have the retention as high as possible in order to get more views. And this was basically it. We covered all of the 3 points. And I really like this case study because it shows you how even like without YouTube experience, even without having uploaded a single beat, if you just have a good product and you understand your strategy well, you can literally start printing views. Then the strategy is very simple again, bro. Everything we did, I'ma just recap it for you, is find a gap in the market. We check that there were demand for this niche and that we differentiate the channel from all of the competitors. After you're sure about it, you build your brand around it, and that's exactly the strategy and the consistency of it. You want to build a Pinterest folder where you keep all of your thumbnails organized, and you also want to make sure that your titles are always different, like are always the same, sorry. And in this case, like there were always like J. Breezy type beat 2023, boom, beat title. As you can see, like from all of the most popular beats. And then you have a good product by meeting all of these things. So to think that a 14 years old producer with no prior YouTube experience was able to get these kind of results, 2.7k subscribers, a beat to 600,000 views, again, at only 14 years old, is really crazy. And it shows you how much dedication and knowing what to do really matters when opening a type beat channel. So you've seen the results, bro. Now I can't be sitting here explaining you for hours what we did on this channel, but you gotta know that information is not everything if there's not putting it in practice and actually having guidance. That's the point of why I created Six Feet Academy. You can work one-on-one with me. You'll be basically having me as your personal guide, and I guide you in each step of the journey to make sure that you can actually start scaling your type beat channel and skipping all of the bullshit and the guessing that it will take by just doing it on your own. So if you don't want to keep making beats but have no sales and results to show for it, this is the best opportunity that you can take advantage of right now. You can click the link in the description and check if there's spots available for the program. I really hope you got value out of this video and that you enjoyed it. I'll see you on the next ones. Stay tuned for more fire videos and vlogs. Peace out, bro.